The legal profession is going through some very interesting changes. Firstly, it's being shaken to its very core in terms of its ethics and the perception that the public has of lawyers and law firms in general. And I think that in time we will find that law firms will need to move towards a more transparent arrangement with their clients where they feel that they're getting value for their money. One of the very important developments happening in the legal space is obviously the influx of graduates coming out of the universities. We're finding that the supply is outstripping the demand, and the contest for places in law firms is particularly heavy. This places a lot of pressure on the law firms to be able to recruit well, and there are a lot of individuals that are left behind in the industry that don't necessarily get the opportunity to practice law at a big law firm. And as such, many of these people end up opening practices of their own and participating in the broader economy as lawyers. That has a severe impact, I think, on the standard of the profession, and it's something which must be looked at going forward. One of the other really interesting aspects of the development of the legal profession is the fact that people are moving to more remote practice. In other words, they're taking their work to other places outside of the office. The days of consulting with a lawyer in a boardroom are probably ending. Lawyers have access to technology which allows them via telecoms and email and Skype and those kinds of facilities to be able to consult with clients remotely. And so technically you need not really be in an office, and the virtual law firm is a reality. It's being born as we speak. One of the other interesting developments is we see big clients moving from large law firms to smaller law firms. And the reason for this, we feel, is because clients are looking for more value and a closer personal service. The big firms have historically connected with corporates through their branding, and those relationships are a thing of the past. And certainly there seems to be a trend towards large corporate clients looking around for smaller boutique law firms to be able to send their work to. A very important part of that is developing a personal relationship with the decision makers inside that business. And if a lawyer is unable to develop good and strong interpersonal skills with its clients, these clients will move. Clients are becoming more cost conscious, and as such the fees which firms charge and the pressure is beginning to tell. The economic model on which law firms is based is under duress and needs to be re-looked at. Things like retainer fees, agreed fees, caps on fees, project fees, those are the things of the future. The day of time-based law is possibly over. In order to prepare for the changing landscape that small to medium-sized firms are faced with, the most important requirement is flexibility. Lawyers need to be able to think outside the box and think of innovative ways in which to bill their clients, to produce their work for their clients, and to deliver a really sound consumer experience. It's all really about the consumer experience, and clients want to feel that their concerns are real and valid and taken care of, but at the same time feel that they're getting value for it. So law firms going forward will have to be smarter in the way that they approach the market, the way that they advertise their services in the market space, the way in which they exhibit and put out their professional profiles. Very important. Word of mouth is significant, and they would have to re-look at structuring the economics within their firm in order to ensure that the margins which they generate inside the firm are at their highest possible level. In order to achieve that, you need to make sure that the people who cost the least amount are producing the most value. That way you ensure that you are as flexible as possible and produce the kinds of value that you're looking for. Clients do, however, ask and should ask questions around how the fee structures work and how that pressure comes to bear on the rates that are charged. Going forward, smaller firms will also need to focus on how they recruit staff. As I previously indicated, there is a surplus of potential staff potential staff available, graduates entering the workplace. The way in which you recruit these people is particularly important. You need to make sure that you're getting the best quality staff at the most reasonable price and in a manner that enhances the reputation of the firm. And lastly, I think most importantly, is the reputation of the industry and the law firms themselves is something that needs to be strongly looked at. Historically, lawyers and the industry have received a bad rap from clients and the market in general, and it's a function really of a collective effort in order to try and rectify the perception going forward so that clients can feel that they have faith in the system and in the industry. The biggest challenges which we as a small law firm face are the challenges of being efficient and producing quality work in the shortest amount of time. In order to compete with the larger law firms, we need to rely on those aspects of our practice which are most valuable to us. That is, our ability to manage the cost consciousness element of a client's spend, and also our ability to be able to produce quality work on the turn. Many clients feel that this is the distinguishing feature in a small law firm. So our challenge is to ensure that our staff is always properly skilled and that we have the ability to be able to turn work over as quickly as possible. A big part of that is to ensure that from a technological perspective, we have all the technology we need in order to produce the results we need in the shortest possible time. Technology such as our ability to be able to dictate notes, memoranda and amendments to agreements remotely, have them sent to our secretaries at the office to produce the documentation is one such example. Clients like to know that when they give an instruction, it turns over immediately. Practice management is important because we all need from time to time to stop and look inwards, introspectively, to determine how we are operating in the broader economy and within our industry. The competition in the marketplace is increasing dramatically, and there isn't room for error. So we need to ensure that every efficiency that is available in the marketplace is at our fingertips and that we are right at the cutting edge. If we don't do that, we run the risk of falling behind our competitors and losing ground, something which we can't afford to do. Attorneys should attend the Practice Management Conference simply because attorneys often lack business skills, practical business skills. They are well schooled in the law and they're well schooled in the processes of the law, but many of them are not schooled to run businesses. But running a business is not something that is easily achieved with success, and it takes hard work, experience, practice, lots of frustration and losses. But it's something which, if shared amongst the profession, we can all get to benefit from. And so from that perspective, I would strongly encourage all professionals to attend the Practice Management Conference.